There we go. So welcome to our Team Inspire call for August 5th, 2014. I'm Jacelyn Denway, and I'm a diamond coach in Team Inspire, and my upline is Tiffany Danzy, sorry. um, yeah. My last name, Denway. Yeah, I know the S's throw everybody off. It's French. So if I'm rambling a lot, it's because my daughter made me some E&E tonight for the call. I'm just joking. If you saw my post the other day, she offered, Mama, I'll make your E&E for you, and then she couldn't remember if she put 1 scoop or 7. So yeah. Anyways, welcome to our call. Today's topic is just kind of my story on how I almost quit Beachbody. So first off, I just want to welcome some of our new coaches to Team Inspire. So Roselle from Megan Norris, and Ashley Raylene welcomes you to Team Inspire. And I had a few because I just finished a coach sneak peek group. So welcome to Leanne, Crystal, Donna, Shelly, and Kimberly. And Tiffany welcomes Megan. So welcome to Team Inspire, and if you're tuning in today for the first time, that's great. We're so glad to have you. And some special shout outs to some coaches who achieved milestones in their business this week. So congrats to Terry. She became an emerald this week, so that's so awesome. And also to Jamie Black, who's also become an emerald this week. Congratulations to Kelsey, who also reached emerald in her business this week. And Catherine Edwards, who also became an emerald coach. And Becky, congratulations on becoming emerald. I think this is so awesome, you guys. So yeah, congrats on all of those achievements. So announcements for this week. I'm sure all of you guys have heard of the awesome challenge packs that are on sale this month for August until the 27th. We have Focus T25 with Sean T. The challenge pack is down to $180, normally $205. So that's great. Down from the 200s down into the 100s is always a good thing. And also Tony Horton's 10-minute trainer challenge pack in English and Spanish. I think that's a mistake. Is it a mistake? Anyways, 10-minute trainer. I don't know if it's in Spanish. I thought 21 Day Fix was the only one in Spanish, but I could be wrong. 160 from 180. All right. And the Success Club promotion for this month for 5 and 10 is the fitness equipment set. So if you get Success Club 5 or 10 between August 1st and August 31st, you'll receive 1 premium stability ball and 1 agility ladder and 1 speed rope, which is an awesome prize. So if you want more details on that, you can go to the frequently asked questions in your back office, number 1770. And I know a lot of those are used in some of the more advanced programs. So if you're looking to kind of push the limits on your fitness, that's great, or even as a giveaway. August Surge is coming up on the 9th. So if you're looking for more help on building your business or coach basics training, you can tune in for a 2-hour webcast by Carl Deichler and a panel of coaches from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And if you want more information on that, you can visit Frequently Asked Questions 9791. And those are the announcements. Any questions? Yeah? No? Okay, good. All right, so today my presentation is I almost quit and why you should quit. But I think before we do that, we should have a little bit of an icebreaker. So I've seen this before. The color of your pants and the last thing you ate is your new band name. So in the comments down over there, I want you to type what's the name of your band. So it's just the color of your pants and the last thing you ate. And go. Nice. Oh, these are funny. Purple Cheerios. These sound like some pretty bad bands here. Oh, who had the ice cream cone? That's awesome. That's great, you guys. Green chicken. Oh my goodness. Okay, so just a little bit of fun. So next question. So just a little bit about me. I live in Alberta, Canada. So yay, Canadians. I'm happy to see some of you here on the call tonight. So yes, it is light out still. I'm in my sunroom. It's light till like 11 o'clock in August. It's crazy. Hey, Pam. I'm finding this very distracting, so I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm from Alberta. Shout out to all the Canadians and especially the Albertans out here. Um, so I've been a coach since October of 2012. And like I said before, my upline coach is Tiffany Danzy. And so I just wanted to share a little bit of my story with you today. In my other life, I am a full-time teacher. I'm a music teacher from kindergarten up to grade 10. So I do it all from elementary music to band music. So school is kind of part of my life, not right now because we still don't go back until the end of August. But I'm kind of got teacher ingrained in me. So I want you to think for a second. Take 10, 15 seconds and think about the question that's on the screen right now. What is the most important thing in your life? And if you feel comfortable sharing that, that would be awesome. If you want to type that in the comments. If someone said, what's the most important thing in your life? Like, what's your top priority in your life right now? Go ahead and answer down there. I'm seeing tons of family. That's great. I love seeing these answers. Lots of people talk about faith and family and their kids and God and Christianity, Beachbody. Hey, David. That's awesome. So you can keep going if you didn't get a chance to answer that question. But my next question is, if you had a magic leprechaun following you around all day and logging your daily activity, what would he say is the most important thing in your life? Now, you don't have to answer, but really, the point is, yeah, Beachbody. The point is sometimes we can find ourselves a little bit out of balance from what we say is our priority to where we put our time. And really kind of where you spend your time, that often tells what your true priorities are. So that's why a lot of Beachbody coaches I've seen have a real disconnect when they're trying to find a balance between what we do, helping people, and their family or their faith or what's most important in their life. Okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit. So I started coaching in October 2012. The first day that it was open to Canadians. I had started out my journey. I have two little girls. The last one was born in 2011. And so I had always been small most of my life. And then I got married and packed on the freshman 15 for marriage. Then got pregnant and packed on like another 50, 60, I don't know. I don't even want to know how many pounds. Got huge. So I was really looking for just a way that I could lose the weight. And then once I lost the weight, I was having trouble kind of getting my body back and getting into the same shape that I'd want to be. I know, round is a shape actually, but it's not the shape that I wanted. So I had come across, connected with Tiffany, and she had told me about Chalene Extreme. And so she invited me into her group, and like, bless her, because I had a borrowed program and I wasn't drinking Shakeology. So like, she was getting nothing out of me except for just helping. And so she let me in her group, and not far in, she had just really she sent me some messages and say, hey, you'd make a great coach. And like, I was like, okay, whatever, this is the time I'm doing something like this, and I don't want to be like a sham or something. But as the group went on, I thought more and more about it, but found out that it wasn't open to Canadian time. But in October 1st of 2012, they opened it up to Canadians, so I became a coach on the first day that we were able to sign up. And Krista, also, Murius, was also one of Tiffany's customers, had transferred in and become a coach that same day. so exciting for us as Canadians. So just props to Tiffany for seeing my potential, even though I was basically, a pro bono case at that point. I did end up buying program, and actually I bought the showcase pack, so woohoo for you. But I have become a believer in it. So yeah, just thanks for seeing my potential and letting me in on your group. Speaking of that day, October 2012, Tiffany added me into the Beachbody Rockstars and the Elite Stronghold, or the Elite group. So her upline group and the upline group. And I started reading the boards, and I was like, what have I gotten myself into? Like, it was totally like hardcore business stuff and like how to sell. And I was like, wow, I wanted to do this to pay it forward, to like, because like, what is that? Okay, I have made a mistake, because this is not how I signed up. But Tiffany talked me off the ledge a little bit and said, don't be overwhelmed. Like, this isn't what you need to do right at the beginning, and it is about helping people. So the very, very first day I'd had those thoughts, but as I'm kind of more of an observer by nature. So as I would read what people were posting, I was kind of getting the hang of it. I figured out the 7-day quick start on my own and just kind of threw it out there, and actually had pretty good success right from the beginning. Making Success Club in October and November, and December was a little bit tougher, but I didn't let that get me down. And then into January, February, March, April, and by then I had kind of run out of people to invite. So we know the 3 vital behaviors are to invite people. So I was aiming for 3 people a day, and to be a product of the product. So I was already working out and using the Beachbody programs and personal development. So I had run out of people, and I was kind of starting to feel a little bit discouraged, because I hadn't started my fitness page at that point. So I really had run out of people. And so this was sort of in the spring of 2013. So I'd signed up to go to Summit, actually gotten a free ticket to go to Summit through a promotion that they were having, and ended up going to Summit, which is like the worst possible time for teachers in Canada, because we happened to go right till the end of June. So it's like crunch time. It's like the weekend before the end of school. So I was just feeling a lot of stress and just really discouraged. And for me personally, it had become, I was scrambling so much to make success, to try and sell packs, that I was not enjoying coaching my groups, just because I was just so stressed out about getting to this standard that it wasn't that Tiffany put it on me, but just trying to get to the standard of what I thought was a good coach. Being more and more frustrated and spending more and more time, and just felt like I was spinning my wheels a lot. And at that time, my husband was getting frustrated with me spending so much time on Facebook and on my phone all the time, and I just wasn't really being truly and fully present with my family and my kids. And it seemed like all the time that I wasn't spending working, I was spending on my phone or on Facebook, and really not achieving anything, not getting anything. So I was really feeling discouraged. And to me, I've never been a very salesy person. I don't consider myself a great salesperson, and the whole multi-level marketing thing kind of creeps me out a little bit. I've had my mom like try every single like marketing thing and be like see every flash in the pan company, and that really wasn't my heart in this. And so I was really at the point where I was thinking, okay, I have a full-time job that pays pretty well. My husband and I both work, so it's not that we're doing this for the money per se. Like, why am I doing this? Yeah, like, it's great to help people, and it's great to keep myself on track with my fitness journey. But at that point, it really wasn't enough for me to justify the time that I was putting into it and the sacrifices that I was making. And like I asked you guys at the beginning, what's the most important thing in your life? To me, that is my relationship with God. And followed secondly by my family. And so those things were really kind of falling to the wayside for me. And if I had my little leprechaun following me around, it definitely wouldn't have said that family and faith were the most important things in my life. So June was really stressful for me because Summit was coming up, and as a first-time attendee, I just felt so much pressure, like just to look a certain way, and I didn't know, what the expectations were going to be, and people were talking about getting their hair done and their nails, and I'm just like a girl who lives in the country, and a t-shirt and jeans girl. So just everything was stressful, the end of school, and I wasn't getting Success Club, and June was actually, I missed Success Club. I just passed my 12-month straight of getting Success Club in a row because I missed last June. But anyways, it was just something I had to let go. So I went to Summit and I thought, okay, like my husband said, you know what, just go to work out and meet Shalene, yay, because she just changed my life, and just to meet Tiffany and Kelly at the time, and just all the other people that I would talk to every day on Facebook. And I just have to stop for a minute to give props to Megan Norris and Krista Murias and Darla Kitzmiller, Stephanie Kundick, and Carrie Bullock, just for leading the way. At that point, because I had success at the beginning, Tiffany had actually included me in her A team. So this was really at the beginning of Tiffany's coaching stuff too. So on her A team, it was just people who were working in the business. They were amazing. They were just killing it in their business, and I kind of wanted to keep up with them, but at the same time, I was like, I have a full-time job. I can't necessarily do as much as other people are able to. Not that it's an excuse or anything, but so I just kind of sat back, and Tiffany always was just never pressuring me to do or to perform, but it was more something that I put on myself. But those girls really kind of led the way and really inspired me during that time. So I went to Summit, and instead of feeling inspired and refreshed, I was just totally overwhelmed, and I think I had breakdown after breakdown. I ended up crying in my room. It didn't help that I was super, super tired because we had to get up so early for our flights and everything. And how if you've been to Summit, you know that it's super loud and intense and busy, from morning until night. And I was just sitting there, and I remember talking to my husband and calling him sobbing and saying, I don't think I can do this. I don't know why I'm doing this, and this is just not me. And he said, you know what, Chase, if you need to, you can let it go. And for me, there was 2 turning points. One was chatting with Kelly Holton, and she said, I go through the same thing too, just finding that balance, and not knowing, sometimes where to draw the line, and spending that time with your kids and your family. And that is what needs to come first in your life. And sometimes you just need to let it go, because I was so stressed about not making Success Club that month. It was just over the top. And the second, thing that really was a turnaround for me was in the food court in the middle of Sin City. I had a breakdown after supper one day, and these special ladies, Pam, I just got to give a shout out to you, because she just prayed for me in the middle of the food court in Vegas at the MGM, and that's just such a burden lifted off of my shoulders. And I just felt something different there, and I thought, you know what, I can do this. I don't have to meet my expectations for myself. If I'm just a coach and I help one person, that's what it's about for me. Because I've never had a really strong why. It's not like I wanted to bring home my husband from the military or have him quit his job, or I struggled with what my why was. to keep me on track and to help people, but I don't know, it didn't seem as deep as some other people. And at that moment I just realized, you know what, it's okay to do what I can do and go from there. So I came home from Summit feeling like, okay, I'm just going to take it one baby step at a time and just do what I can do. But then school started up again in August, and it was just, super stressful and trying to keep up again and falling back into that mindset of I need to do this, do that, and then just kind of spinning my wheels. And I was in my classroom setting up one morning, and this is the part where if you have faith in your life, you're going to understand where I'm coming from, and if you don't, that's totally fine too. Everybody has something that's most important to them and at the core of who they are. And for me, I can't share my story without sharing my faith because it's just intertwined with who I am. So I hope you guys will understand that. So for me, that morning, I was just praying in my classroom. And for me, worship is something that I'm really called to do. So I'm a pianist. And so I just sat down at the keyboard in my classroom, and I was playing the piano, and I was just praying and trying to listen to what God was saying to me. And I felt like he said to me, just the verse from Matthew in the Bible, Matthew 6:33. Hey, Jace, seek first the kingdom of God, and then all these things will be added to you. And I was like crying and everything because it was like he was just reminding me, hey, what are your priorities here? What are your priorities? And does that show in your life? So from that point on, like I knew that he was calling me just to spend that time with him in the morning. And that's how I fill my tank. That's how I have enough energy and I have enough to give to other people, to give to my family, to give to my husband, to give to my kids, to my students, to my challengers even. So I made it a priority that before I turned on my computer in the morning, that I would go and sit at my piano and just worship and pray and spend that time that I needed to, like he was asking me to. And because I don't know if you're like me, like it's so tempting to like in the morning first like go on Facebook and or check your online office and see like what did somebody buy a challenge pack, or what's happening, or catch up on all your groups, and it's like just go right from the morning. So he just said, hey, stop and do this, honor me first, and then all this other stuff is going to fall into place. And so I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So for me, just honoring that, every day in September, I was like, okay, I didn't really change anything in my habits as in regards to Beachbody, but my first priority definitely was in line, and that's what I was giving my time to first off in the day. The end of the month in September, so that was September, I look in my online office and I'm like, I have like 20-some freaking success club points. So I don't know, I wasn't really doing anything differently. It just, to me, it felt like God was saying, hey, I told you all these things will be added to you if you seek me first and put your priorities straight. So to me, it was just kind of, I was like, oh, okay, like, well, maybe this is something to do. Just being obedient and honoring what my priorities were. So I just want to make this a little bit more practical to you. Kind of the rest of the story is, I don't think I've been below 20 Success Club points since that point. And I don't say that to boast at all. I just say that to be like, when you have your priorities in line, everything kind of falls into place, whether that's your family or your faith or whatever you had mentioned in that question. So to get your priorities in line, decide what's most important in your life and get to the bottom of why you are a coach and explore your why. And I know we say that a lot in our like coach basics, but no, really, like spend some time and really examine, why do you want to do this? To me, I know some of my coaches are on the call tonight, and they started out as challengers, obviously, a lot of them. I just found out like recently some of my coaches approached me and said, what a difference it had made in their lives, like when they were in my challenge group, and the time that I was almost considering quitting was like a really difficult time in their life. And one thing that kind of, kept them going, and something that really filled them up. And, just hearing those stories is amazing to me. And it's one of the things that does keep me going when I feel discouraged. So if you don't be afraid to ask your challengers, what does this mean to you? What does this group mean to you? Sometimes just hearing those stories can kind of help you refocus and get what you need to keep going. You need to figure out where Beachbody fits in with your life, because it can't be an all-consuming thing. Like, that's when you get out of balance and you burn out. You need to set up a system that works for you, and you need to stick to it, which is easier said than done. But sometimes, like, that might mean a power half hour for you. Just really focusing your time. Yeah, burnout can definitely happen to anybody, no matter what level. Like, if you're just beginning and you're feeling overwhelmed, or even if you're, a star diamond coach, if you don't honor your priorities and set your priorities straight, it's an easy way to burn out. So, why you should quit. You should quit making excuses. Now, this is totally cliche. If you want to really do something, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. So if you really want to do coaching, and if it's something that you go back to and you say, yeah, this was something that I really want to do, well, then don't make excuses as to why you can't do it. Find a plan and find something that works. Quit wasting time. This is like the hardest thing, because we're on social media doing a lot of what we do. It's hard. It really is, because you become friends with these people that you're talking to. You become friends with your challengers and other coaches. So it's hard not to participate in the chit chat and be off topic. And I'm like the worst for getting people off topic. I will admit that. But when you are focusing on Beachbody and you want to keep your priorities in line, you need to stop wasting time. So that means ignoring your notifications. When you set out to do something, for me, especially when I'm at work or whatever, I will write something down on a sticky so I just remember what I'm doing, because I know as a mom too, I tend to think I can multitask and do like a zillion things at once, but really I'm doing a zillion things not very well. So if you can just focus on one thing and get it done, ignore your emails, texts, everything, write down what you're doing. Because even today, I was like, okay, I'm going to work on my slides for tonight. And then I'm reading an email and then something on the coach basics. And it's so easy to get distracted. So quit wasting time. Quit trying to reinvent the wheel. There are tons of great coaches on our Team Inspire, and tons of great coaches that have done a lot of work already, and coaches above us from rock stars and legacy and whatnot that have already done coach basics groups, that have already done 5-step invitations, that have done anything that you could ever possibly want. Challenge group guides. I mean, there's tons of resources in Team Inspire, on our Facebook page, in Team Inspire Coaches, the website, and in our Coach Online office. There's no need for you to redo everything. I like to think of it as using a recipe. Say you want to make chocolate chip cookies, for example. Well, to start, you can't just throw everything together. You have to have a recipe. So, use these files as your recipe, and then once you know the recipe, tweak it to be personal, to be you. You don't have to redo everything. Just use something as an example, and then change it to be you, to be more you and more personal. So you don't need to be, reinventing a whole new challenge guide. There's tons of resources available, and that's going to save you a lot of time. Quit trying to save the world. No, really. I think Jesus already did that, didn't he? What I mean by that is don't waste your time chasing down challengers or even coaches, personally sponsored coaches, who aren't into it. I mean, do what you can do to help people, but then let them go at some point. So I know at the beginning I would spend so much time trying to drag people along, and if they're not ready to do something, they're not ready. So just try, they'll come around when they're ready, and if not, maybe it'll be somebody else that will speak into their life and change them or help them change. So quit trying to do it yourself, because it's just a waste of your time and a drain on your energy when you could be doing something more productive. And quit looking at what everybody else is doing. This is a big one for me because I work full time. I can't always look at what other people are doing that do this full time. So to me, like, it's really hard not to get distracted by people who, start at the same time. Like, I should give a shout out to Krista Murius again, because we started on the same day and we lived close to each other, and she is just rocking it. You and your coaches are amazing, and I love to watch how you guys are growing. But that being said, if I look, at her team and where she's at, I could get easily discouraged because that's not where I'm at. I'm growing a lot slower, and that's okay, because I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to be that coach that doesn't quit. Thanks for that, Stacy. She told me, be the one that doesn't quit. You're not going to lose when you don't quit. And just hearing Darren Hardy talk at Summit, and I think the workshops are available in the Coach Online office. He's the one who wrote The Compound Effect. It's totally true. I'm the tortoise in The Tortoise and the Hare. I'm doing these small things every day, and they're adding up. So just to kind of give you a picture, I'm not, when Tiffany asked me to do this call, I'm like, well, I'm not I just became a diamond in February or something, and I'm not making thousands of dollars, but so I kind of I don't really want to share numbers a lot, but just okay, how do I want to say this? So from the beginning, where it was just kind of like a hobby, I am treating it like a business and working at it every day a little bit, and so now at this point, on average, bringing in about $2,000 to $2,500 a month, and that's just from plugging away consistently and doing what I can do every day. It's just kind of growing like that. And to me, I was like, well, there's these people are making $16,000 a month or $16,000 a week or something crazy like that. And then there's the Lindsay Matways, but how many of you have talked to somebody who's a challenger, and they said, yeah, I really want to participate, but I just got to wait till my next paycheck. Or, they're choosing between doing a workout program or maybe, I don't know, groceries or fixing their brakes or whatnot. So Tiffany kind of opened my eyes to say that, hey, that's like a mortgage payment or a car payment or whatever to somebody. That's nothing to bat your eyes at. And like I said, to me, the money part is awesome, but it's not why I do it. And not to knock it if that's something that you want to do, if you have a goal to get out of debt or, whatever. If you have a financial goal, that's awesome. And I'm not knocking anybody's goals, but to me, that was never a goal. But coming back to my priorities and just what God has called me to do, and just to speak into people's lives and try to be an encouragement and light to other people. This coaching has actually really been a blessing financially too. In January, we had this huge windstorm go through and knock down a ton. You can't see it from here, but I live on a farm, and so knocked down caused a lot of damage, knocked down our hay shed and everything. And honestly, Beachbody, the money from Beachbody was what actually got us through a couple of months in January and February. And if I hadn't been making any money on Beachbody, we would have been going into debt. So that was, the first time where I was like, wow, this really is a blessing to my family in a financial way. And after that, God was just really kind of calling me to be like, this isn't about you. This isn't, it's about others. And so I haven't really shared this with anybody, not even my husband who's sitting in the living room right now, but I love just having that extra money to bless people. There was a girl that's on another forum, and she just lost her job, and she's been a really, really great encouragement over the last couple of years to me. And she was mentioning that she wanted to get her hair done, and she was going to try and do it herself, and um, people were like, "Oh no, don't try to do it; it's going to turn out terrible." And so I was able to I asked her how much it was going to cost, and I was able to just send her the money like via PayPal. And I said, "Hey, I just I know what it's like to be in a tough place where you can't even pay your phone bill, or you want to where you're just really strapped, and to be able to be a blessing to somebody like and just say, hey, go get your hair done. It's one of those things that's not a need, but just to send that to her was like so amazing to me, and such a blessing to me. And I have like a dozen more stories like that my Beachbody account is like really revolving, but it's awesome to say, hey, I can do that. I can bless somebody. I can do this, or I can do that. And again, I don't say that to be like, hey, look at me. Like I said, I haven't even really mentioned that to anybody, but just to say that if I had quit, I wouldn't be able to do that. If I had quit, I wouldn't be able to speak into the lives of, a challenger who's going through a separation right now. I wouldn't be able to connect with some of the people who, another lady just lost her baby this weekend. It's just, finding those deep emotional reasons was really important to me. And yeah, I don't know, part of my why. So, random thought. Eat those frogs. Okay, so if you've read the book Eat That Frog, you know what I'm talking about. Nice segue, hey? Eat the frog. So when you're setting your priorities and trying not to be overwhelmed, we've talked about the power hour or even the power half hour if that's what you can manage. For me, messaging people who are interested in joining my challenge group is a frog. I hate doing it. It's time consuming. But if you do it right away, right away and don't put it off and get distracted, that's something that's going to go a lot faster and a lot easier for you. Coaching is so much like a fitness journey. Like they say, get out of bed and tie up your shoes and go work out. And it's true, because if you wait and you procrastinate, then, something else comes up and then you don't feel like doing it, and then you got to go to work or do whatever. And then after supper, you're tired, and just get it done. Schedule your time and use a timer. So for me, what works best is I do about a half an hour of work in the morning, and then I do half an hour to an hour of work in the evening. And I definitely have to schedule my time, and I use a timer. Like I literally have like a little square kitchen timer, not even my phone, it's like old school. And I actually set it, because if I do, I know that I have to focus and do what I have to do, because sorry, I'm reading the comments and they're making me laugh. I have to focus. See how distracted I am? I need to set a timer right now. Okay, what was I saying? All right. Yeah, set a timer because you need to focus. And if you do set a timer and it's like sitting right there counting down, you're less likely to click on that notification. And like I said before, write down what you need to do. Fix your eyes on what's most important in your life and go from there. So if I could, say one thing, you need to remember what your priorities are. You need to honor your family. You need to honor your relationship with God if that's important to you. And not just say that that's what your priorities are, but really show it. And so just to sum up, I guess I would just say, schedule your time, set some boundaries, and be really focused in what you're doing. Coaching is an amazing opportunity, and it's so awesome. I'm so thankful for the opportunity. I'm so thankful and grateful to Tiffany for how she poured into my life, and I definitely am loving to pay it forward, but not at the expense of my family and my faith. So I definitely just want to, encourage you guys to sit down, and it doesn't mean you have to quit. It just means that you need to organize your time more. Get into a routine, just like working out. If you do it every morning, schedule it like an appointment, then it gets to be not so tedious and not so something that's looming over your head all the time. So, just to finish off, I just had this song. I don't know if it's going to work, so we'll just see. And if you guys have any, I would also be happy to answer them. So this is like one of my favorite songs because it's just a reminder. Can you guys hear the music? Yes, no?
The things of earth are dim in the light of your glory and grace. I'll set the sights on heaven. I'll fix my eyes on you. Oh, 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 yeah. I'm fixing my eyes on you.
Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to share that song with you guys because it's really kind of one that speaks to me lately, and just to fix your eyes on what's most important in your life. And I think you guys are awesome, and I love interacting with you guys every day. So I hope you have an awesome night and an awesome week. And if you have any questions, you can definitely post them in Inspire or message me if you want. And I hope it was useful to some of you. All right. Have a great night.